Toukiden is getting a sequel. What are your thoughts on the first game, and what thoughts are you going into the sequel with?
Toukiden is the first hunting action game that we've created. In Japan, there's another company has created a series called Monster Hunter, which is well known, and Toukiden came after that. So from that, within this, other titles, other hunting action titles, we've created our own monster hunting action titles. So Toukiden 1 kind of started to establish ourselves as Toukiden as a hunting action title. With the continuation of that, Toukiden Kiwami, we also decided to sort of broaden the world view of the game. So there was a little bit more. So I think from Toukiden 1 and Toukiden Kiwami, we were able to really establish the game as a series, and I think we've been able to bring ourselves up to a level close to, if not same as, Monster Hunter. So now with Toukiden 2, having sort of created the base of the game, we're now looking to create a new hunting action format, which is to create an open world, and I think we've been doing a pretty good job with that so far.
The open world. What exactly does that bring to this sort of category of game? You have a lot of other open worlds out there, but why does it make sense for this sort of hunting game?
So for Toukiden 2, we really put it into the open world because we really want to create a world that users can really get into. They can sort of absorb themselves into. And one thing for the game is that, and also similar to previous games, is that the Oni, the demons, they sort of let out a sort of miasma field. It's sort of this sort of purplish sort of field. And so when the Oni appear, they release this miasma, which ends up really sort of polluting the land. So what the user needs to do is to really, by defeating the Oni, they can clear up these areas of miasma and also, expand the area where the player can move. So by having this, by being able to extending the field of action, we can also expand the world that the player can play within.
Oni and demons are very popular themes in Japanese video games. What is it that attracts you to making a game with this element in it, and what is it about demons that you feel is such a good fit with video games?
So the concept of Oni has existed since the ancient times, and actually the Chinese character used to write Oni, it actually sort of means something that's scary that you can't see. So really, it's so the existence of Oni sort of indicates something that you can't see and have a very scary presence, and that's kind of something that's very well known in Japanese culture. So in terms of if you want something, if you wanted to illustrate something that's scary, Oni are a perfect representation for Japanese people or Japanese stories as well. So and especially for Toukiden, why we decided to put in the Oni has a lot to do with the fact that it has a very Japanese sort of traditional sort of world environment, and so naturally from that. And so naturally, sort of as a progression from that, well, what are the scariest things that can exist in such a Japanese world? Oni. So sort of culturally, it's a very strong connection.
This genre sort of has its root in portable gaming. Where do you feel it with Toukiden 2 and the more powerful home consoles? What can you sort of bring out more from this sort of game?
トウキデンはスタートはハンドヘルドの、ゲーム機でスタートしましたが、トウキデン極みをちょうど作った時ですね、海外の北米の方に、
So Toukiden 1 started as just a handheld game for the Vita, and but when we did a bit of a media press tour in America, we received a lot of comments back from the media saying, why is it just Vita? Why not put it out on also the home consoles? Received a lot of questions regarding that. So that was kind of one of the decisions why we also wanted to expand it onto PlayStation 4, and as well in Japan traditionally with these hunting games, it's usually done in an ad hoc mode where you get together, same room with friends. But now with the internet, it's become a lot more network play. So then it becomes more possible then to have people on Vita play against people on the PS4, so we can expand the network that way as well. So that's why we saw it that it would be a fit to put it out on both PS Vita and PS4.
を、ビータっていう連携で、開発をさせていただきました。
You're holding something in your arms. Could you explain what that is and then show us?
So first we have Tenko, who is a character that was also who has been in the game since Toukiden 1, and Tenko is actually based on a fox. And in old Japanese history, the foxes have been known as being sort of helpers to the gods. So it has this a bit of a so they had their place in Japanese folklore, and also within the Toukiden games, it has a role as being a bit of a mascot character, and as well as being sort of a character to provide comfort and sort of some joy to the players as well. And the other character that we have is called Tokitsugu. And Tokitsugu is one of the new characters in Toukiden 2. And Tokitsugu is a mechanical puppet, so this using sort of the technology of the world settings. And but what makes him different than other mechanical puppets is that he has a soul inside. So actually, we haven't released this in the West yet, but in Japan we have a anime promotion video, a short anime that's based on Tokitsugu, which kind of covers sort of how his origins came about. How did he become this mechanical puppet?
If you could share release plans and the road ahead with the game and how he sees the franchise evolve in the future with us.
トーキデン2の、海外、北米欧州での発売については
So with regards to Toukiden 2, I can't really say anything about an official release date, but we can say that it will be within early 2017. In terms of how you hope to expand the franchise, in Japan we have released some mobile games that are based on the Toukiden world, and we hope to really expand the Toukiden world as well, hopefully into comics and as well as animes.
より、この陶器の世界が広がるような形で展開していきたいと思います。コミックであり、アニメでありという形で展開していきます。はい。
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.